Hello to all of my beautiful students. Last week, we read a story about how Henry was very lonely. Lonely because he had no brothers, no sisters, no friends. He was just a very lonely boy. He asked his parents for what? First, he asked his parents for a brother. Then, no, then he asked his parents for a pet. And his parents bought him the perfect pet. And that made him very happy. His perfect pet was part of his family now. Now we're going to read a story about three stories about families. Of course, again, I hope that you can connect these stories that we read with your own experience, with your own family. Our first one is more than a best friend. Did you know that dogs can be much more than pets? Spend some time with dogs and you'll discover that they are smart, loyal, and very helpful. Some dogs are guide dogs for people who are blind. If you've ever been stuck trying to cross a busy street, you know how hard it is to get to the other side. These dogs help their owners cross roads and give them the freedom to visit a friend, cousin, or other relative. These are pretty cool dogs. These are seeing eye dogs. These are guide dogs. Cool. And they guide the blind. Before a guide dog is given to a child who is blind, someone introduces the dog to the child. This helps the child decide if a guide dog is right for him or her. When kids get to know their guide dogs, they become close friends. Mary, an 11-year-old, fed and cared for her dog and even played the piano for her. Her parents said, "We've never had a dog in our house, and now Vicky, our dog, is part of our family. We don't know what we'd do without her." Hmm. A dog part of their family? Oh, yes. Dogs, pets are all part of our family. Why did they feel that the dog was part of the family? Hmm. What was Mary doing with the dog? These are all things to question yourself as you read to make you understand the story better. A school can adopt a puppy and train the puppy to become a guide dog. The students at Jefferson Elementary School in California watched videos and heard speakers talk about a guide dog's life after training. The students adopted Mustang when he was 4 months old. Later, they wrote an award-winning book about Mustang. One of the students, Jordan, remembered having Mustang in the classroom. "He was a cool dog," said Jordan. Other dogs are hearing dogs for people who are deaf. They are trained to let their owners know when the telephone is ringing, when someone is on the porch or at the door, and when an alarm goes off. Heather Whitestone, who received her Miss America crown in 1995 and is deaf, is a spokesperson for Dogs for the Deaf. This organization trains dogs to provide valuable and sometimes life-saving benefits for their owners. Think dogs are just for fun? Think again. Why do you think Mary's family felt like their guide dog is part of their family? Why? The answer is right there, obviously. You can read it. That's why reading is very important. In what ways might training a puppy to be a guide dog be different from having a puppy as a pet? Just a puppy pet and a guide dog. Just like the reasons for Mary's family felt that the guide dog was her family because Mary was doing all kinds of awesome things with the dog, especially spending a lot of time. And remember, she even played the piano for him. Now, pets, you don't have to train as much as a guide dog, do you? So there's a big difference between a guide dog and just a regular old puppy as a pet. You have to know how to train that puppy that's going to be a guide dog. What two kinds of helper dogs did you hear about? Two types of dogs that you heard about. Which were they? One, and what kind of dogs were they? One, they help people see. The other one, they help people hear. What was this reading mostly about? What was it mainly about? I hope that you enjoyed this. This is about what? How dogs can be part of your family. Woohoo! I hope that you enjoyed this story and look forward to reading My Family.